Hello everyone and welcome back to Shiki StarCraft's channel. I'm going to apologize for my last cast. I was drinking and eating some wings earlier tonight, and I think I may have gotten a little too ahead on my words. I don't know if I really mispronounced everything, but I definitely was dehydrated. I'm going to be a little better this game. I'll try to slow things down a little bit better and hopefully pronounce things a bit better. Anyways, this is going to be another 2 vs 2 with the arranged team Mildo spawning as the Teal Terran and Hotshot spawning as the Purple Protoss on the top, and against the Blue Zerg a Seed and the Red Protoss Zergling. How ironic. So it's going to be a TP versus ZP, and I think this is here on Arid Wastes. Could be wrong again, I don't remember. I keep messing up these new maps names. I'll learn them pretty soon. Anyways, we got a first supply depot coming from Mildo here, finishing up as his last SCV does. And we've got a pylon from Hotshot coming out. We don't have any scouts yet. My correction, Mildo is sending his first SCV out now. A Seed is getting an early extractor. Or maybe he's going to do the extractor trick? No, his first Overlord's out. Looks like he's going to go for speedlings of some sort, or maybe a fast tech to tier 2. I guess we'll see in a few minutes. He is getting his spawning pool at 13, transferring 3 drones onto gas, and having 9 workers on minerals. As we see here for Zergling, he's getting his gateway and first assimilator up. And another pylon as well. He will not get supply cap because of that. He's still chrono boosting and pumping out his probes. Back here we see 2 quick barracks coming from Mildo. I shouldn't say quick, average timings. But they are going to be close enough to create a wall, but also close enough so that neither of them can actually create an add-on. We're getting a second supply depot here from Mildo. And as you can see with shift clicking, as soon as this is finished, it sets his worker back onto minerals. Very efficient, Mildo. Getting up a refinery here. He's going to get some gas going, hopefully see a tech add-on. Right now he's not pumping out anything, just securing his front wall. And over here with Hotshot we see a cybernetics core and a second gateway coming up, as well as his first zealot. He's got a second assimilator coming up around the same timing as I've said before that I like to do. I like to do gateway assimilator, cybernetics core assimilator. Just feels like a very good transition with your workers. And I don't see what's being pinged on the map, unfortunately, but if we do see down here, Mildo is scouting the Protoss, who's getting his second gateway, already researching warp gates. Let's take a look at the income tab and see where everyone's at. We've got Zergling here with the commanding lead of his workers, obviously because of the chrono boost at 24. Hotshot, the other Protoss, got 23. He's gathering the most gas by far so far, and then Mildo and a Seed are fairly close, but Mildo is ahead because of the mules, of course. Looking at the APM tab, wow, Zergling is definitely spamming to his heart's content right now. You cannot get an average of 235 APM this early just by issuing all the commands in your build order. That is that's more than the necessary spam to quote-unquote warm up your actions. From a Seed we see a large group of Zerglings coming out. Looks like 18 Zerglings. Gonna stop and... no, they were gonna get that Zelnaga tower, but they did not. A little bit of a bad setup here. These Stalkers should be behind the Zealots. Hopefully he's gonna rectify that real quick. He's got another Stalker coming out as well as researching warp gates. He pulls his Zerglings out and checks to go to test the other guy's base. Mildo here actually converted his 2 barracks that didn't have an add-on into 2 add-ons, tech labs of course. He has his 3rd tech lab up. He has concussive shells upgraded already now that they've reduced the time needed. He got that out pretty quick. A little bit of a blunder here. That one Marauder did choose to come out on the wrong side. If you do set the rally points in a specific direction, they will pop out on that side. Anyways, fairly strong Marauder force coming up early. Unfortunately, these Zealots, or these Zerglings, probably will do a good surround on them and probably enough to take them out. Another 4 speedlings now, sitting at the Zelnaga watchtower, making good use of both of these towers, and Seed seems to be taking his natural expansion. Let's get rid of this APM tab here. And looking back at the Protoss base, he's got a fairly healthy army working off 3 warp gates. Could probably stand to have another. He is getting blink. I wonder if we're going to see some fantastic blink micro coming from Zergling, the Protoss player. Not much going on right now. Still holding these Zelnaga watchtowers. Looks like Zergling is warping in a forward pylon. Very good decision. Since he's got warp gates. We've already got 1 immortal out for Hotshot, whereas Zergling doesn't have his robotics bay up yet. Looks like they are going to push out to this forward pylon. Looks like their combined armies did force these Zerglings away. This is a fairly scary army. Charge is not upgraded at the moment, so these Zealots are going to be stuck in the back. Looking to get this Zelnaga watchtower to see what's going on, taking out this Overlord. And oh, they're going to engage. Guardian Shield goes up. These Stalkers do not yet have blink, so they are going to be in a tough position. A force field going up, actually very nicely preventing the army from getting up in a complete force, having to split apart. These Stalkers warping in at an awkward position and then running up the ramp. They should have just warped in up here. Roach is coming in, but unfortunately these Stalkers, Marauders, and Immortal are a very good counter to Roaches. Another Immortal coming up from the rear takes out 1 Roach really quick. Couple more Marauders enforcing the army fairly well. Unfortunately, he's still going for a fairly Stalker-heavy force. Being armored, they are going to take full damage from these Marauders, Stalkers, and Immortals. The Marauders are pushing up onto the base here. They are caught off guard here by by Zergling's force at the bottom of the ramp. Blink now active. Actually, very nice blink up to the top of his ramp to limit the amount of sight and attack that Mildo and Hotshot can do. With a nice scan, though, they are able to take that pylon out. 10 Roaches here, trying to fall up the back, but unfortunately with all this reinforcements coming in from Mildo, it's not going to do that well because they are going to get squeezed in here. As I said before, Marauders are a very good counter to Roaches. Guardian Shield going up, lots of probes coming in to help fend off this attack and absorb fire, while the Stalkers rain damage down on the army, taking out the Immortal, a Stalker, and another Stalker. Doing a very good job with the blink. They need to take this Immortal out as well. Very nice blink micro. Once they get low health, he's blinking up to the high ground and then trying to warp more units in. Unfortunately, this is going to be probably the end for these armies, as the Immortals, Stalkers, and Marauders are just too much for this Zergling army here. I shouldn't say Zergling, but the Protoss army named Zergling to handle. And that's probably going to be a GG, as this Zerg did fast expand and just did not have enough units pumping out. Zergling GG's leaves the game, and a Seed quickly and promptly GG's, or sorry, he did not GG, he just leaves the game. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. This was another 2v2 arranged team with Hotshot and Mildo. See you next replay.